Sean Diddy Combs, better known by his stage names Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or simply Diddy, was arrested at a luxury hotel in New York last week, sparking a media frenzy around the charges brought against the 54-year-old music mogul. Diddy, a globally renowned rapper, producer, and entrepreneur, has been at the center of multiple controversies over the years, but none have been as serious as the current accusations he now faces. As details continue to unfold, his arrest has left the entertainment world and his legion of fans reeling. Diddy is currently being held in a Brooklyn detention center following his arrest on Monday, September 16th, by federal investigators from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The charges against him are grave, involving allegations of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation across state lines with the intent to engage in prostitution. According to sources familiar with the case, the federal charges allege a pattern of abuse, intimidation, and coercion, which Diddy allegedly used to manipulate and control women in his orbit. Investigators claim that Diddy, over a period of years, used his position of power, influence, and wealth to engage in illicit activities while protecting his public image at all costs. These allegations have not only shaken Diddy's career but also cast a spotlight on the dark side of his once glamorous lifestyle. Prosecutors argue that Diddy engaged in this criminal behavior for years, exploiting vulnerable individuals who were either in financial or emotional distress, luring them with promises of fame, money, or protection. The charges allege that Diddy utilized threats and violence to ensure his victims' silence, thus perpetuating a cycle of abuse. U.S. Homeland Security officials have reportedly built a strong case against him, with multiple testimonies from alleged victims and key pieces of evidence that tie Diddy to the accused crimes. The charges also highlight a broader network of individuals who may have aided in this alleged criminal enterprise, making this case potentially far-reaching. In the immediate aftermath of his arrest, Diddy was placed on suicide watch, a precautionary measure taken by the authorities as he awaits his trial. His lawyers have been working tirelessly to secure his release, but their efforts have, so far, been unsuccessful. Diddy has been denied bail twice, which is not a common outcome, especially for high-profile individuals. Legal experts say this could be an indication of the seriousness of the charges and the perceived risk that Diddy could either flee the country or interfere with witnesses if released. The prosecution's argument for denying bail focused heavily on the possibility that Diddy's wealth and influence could allow him to evade justice, as well as the fear that he might continue to pose a threat to potential victims. Despite the overwhelming media attention and the gravity of the accusations, Diddy has firmly maintained his innocence. Shortly after his arrest, Diddy entered a plea of not guilty to all three charges during his first court appearance. His legal team has been vocal in defending him, portraying Diddy as a flawed but ultimately innocent man who is the victim of opportunistic individuals looking to exploit his fame and fortune. His attorney released a statement, insisting that while Diddy, like anyone, may not be perfect, he is far from the criminal mastermind that the prosecution is painting him to be. The statement read, "Sean Combs is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal. He stands innocent of these charges, and we look forward to proving that in court." However, Diddy's legal troubles are not a new phenomenon. In recent months, the rapper's reputation has taken several severe hits, starting with a wave of civil lawsuits that have come to light since November 2023. Several women have come forward with allegations of sexual misconduct and assault against him, further complicating Diddy's situation. These civil suits, while separate from the criminal case, have contributed to the growing narrative that Diddy's off-stage behavior has long been problematic. The lawsuits detail a pattern of abusive behavior, with one of the most high-profile cases involving Diddy's former longtime girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie Ventura. Cassie's case, in particular, has attracted a considerable amount of public and media attention. Having been signed to Diddy's record label, Bad Boy Records, Cassie and Diddy were involved in an on-again, off-again relationship that spanned nearly a decade, ending in 2018. Cassie filed a civil lawsuit accusing Diddy of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse during their tumultuous relationship. The allegations sent shockwaves through the music industry, as Cassie had long been regarded as one of Diddy's closest companions. The details of the lawsuit painted a picture of a controlling and violent relationship, where Diddy allegedly used his power over Cassie to manipulate and abuse her, both emotionally and physically. In an unexpected move, Diddy chose to settle the lawsuit with Cassie just one day after it was filed. The terms of the settlement were not disclosed, but sources indicate that the agreement likely involved a substantial financial payout. While the settlement may have provided Diddy with a temporary reprieve from public scrutiny, his problems only escalated when CNN obtained and released damning footage in May 2024. The video, taken in 2016, showed Diddy physically assaulting Cassie in a Los Angeles hotel room, lending credence to her earlier claims. The release of this footage added fuel to the growing public outrage, and Diddy was compelled to release an apology video expressing his remorse. In the video, Diddy admitted to the incident, stating, "I am truly sorry for my actions that day. Watching that video disgusted me. I was wrong, and I am ashamed of my behavior. There are no excuses." The apology, while an acknowledgement of wrongdoing, has done little to quell the public's concern over the severity of the accusations against him. Critics argue that the apology was too little, too late, and that Diddy's settlement with Cassie only underscores his desire to avoid further scrutiny, rather than face accountability for his actions. As Diddy awaits his next court appearance, scheduled for October 9th, the case continues to develop, with legal experts speculating on the possible outcomes. If convicted of the federal charges, Diddy could face a minimum sentence of 15 years in prison, with the potential for a life sentence. The severity of the possible penalties reflects the serious nature of the allegations, and with his reputation hanging in the balance, the stakes for Diddy couldn't be higher. For now, the world is watching closely as one of hip-hop's biggest icons faces what may be the toughest battle of his life, one that will not be fought in a recording studio or on stage, but in a courtroom.